Okay, I'm here with head football coach at Kentucky Christian University, Jake Russell, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we can look forward to as the Knights take the field here in just a couple of weeks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Last year you had to come in late as far as moving into the season, and yet you were able to pull off 3 wins with transition in players and just a little bit of everything. Give us some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I was just talking to the high school coach there from Lexington Catholic, and he was saying, how long have you been here? And I said, well, I got hired 6 weeks before the first game last year. And he said, well, how'd it go? I said, about how do you imagine getting hired 6 weeks before the season? Our staff met the night before our players reported for the first time last year. So it was just kind of a situation where we just had to roll with what we had, culture-wise, player-wise. Our guys did a great job competing all year. Our last 9 games, every game but the first game, we were within a touchdown at some point in the fourth quarter. And to have 3 wins, one of those over a 500 team in Ave Maria, who's got a really good program going and getting better every year, that was a big accomplishment. I tell everybody we were very competitive last year, but that is not our goal here to be competitive. our goal is to win championships, and overall, really good year and a lot to build off of for this year.
In those 3 wins, you talked about the Ave Maria win. What other highlights would you consider out of that first season on the field that you could talk about?
Yeah, just trying to change that mindset here at KCU, or continue to change it. The year before I got here, a very good season, continue to build off that we can compete for a conference championship. That, just that's half the battle, is the mental part of it, not seeing ourselves as one of the, bottom tier teams in the conference, to see ourselves as a team that can, go and compete against Reinhardt, who's been the gold standard in the conference, and beat those really good teams in our conference. And I think we proved that last year, playing right down to the wire with Kaiser, who was in the second round of the playoffs, beating Reinhardt 9-0, basically dominating them for a half. And just now learning how to finish those games and win those tough games. And to learn how to do that, you have to be in them. So we were in them last year, and now we've got that valuable experience to learn how to win those games this season.
Well, I think you really pulled together there where you say, it's taking that next step. You learned that you could play with those teams, now sealing the deal. Looking out into the 22 season, what teams do you see there as far as the schedule, and how do you take those next steps?
Yeah, so obviously our last 5 games of the year are our 5 conference games. Our number one goal is to win the first conference championship here in school history. And then that'll set us up in an opportunity to make the playoffs for the first time in school history. To make the playoffs, we're going to have to win some of the first 6 games, which are the non-conference games. Obviously, the big one everybody's thinking about here in 13 days is Georgetown.
Absolutely.
Georgetown's got the tradition, the name recognition. Somebody that grew up 40 minutes from Georgetown College, Georgetown football was a big deal. For me, when I was growing up, they had won a couple national championships when I was, around that age, started following football. And obviously they've got Coach Oliver there now, who I've played against and really admire. He won a national championship 2 years ago. He's the cream of the crop for NAIA coaches. And our non-conference schedule is tough, but it's going to help us get better for those last 5 games where we've got to go win those games to win a conference championship. And we've got our big game here 30 minutes down the road against Morehead State, which everybody's fired up about. We'll be on ESPN Plus and the Division I AA factor of it, and our guys are really excited about that as well.
Well, if you were to be able to tell the folks out there, why should they come over and watch a KCU game this fall?
Man, these young men, they are, first off, super, super talented. We have a ton of talent on our campus this semester. These guys showed up July 29th, and they have not stopped working since then. I think the culture, the environment, the excitement this year is just going to be something new, something different, and something just really fun to be a part of. My mom always told me growing up, everybody loves a winner. And I think that's something that we really want to bring here, is that winning tradition. That's something that not just the university and our players can rally around, but the community, the families of the young men we have, and, that KCU name recognition to start to be something that starts to spread.
If you have open Saturdays, there's nothing better in the fall, especially when that weather starts coming.
Oh, yeah.
than being out at a football game, especially a college football game. And we encourage you to come out and see Coach Russell and his team and what kind of progress they're making. Coach, we thank you for your time. I see you got some stuff. We've had
Yes, sir.
footballs rolling in on us, and
Yes,
a little
sir.
bit of everything.
Yeah.
So good luck out here, and we'll be following the Knights in 22.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Yep.